Blessings, Halftime TV viewers and subscribers. It appears the Jamaican field has left the track. What do I mean by that? News broke today that multiple Jamaican field athletes have switched allegiance and will now be representing Turkey in the 2028 Olympics. I know it comes as a surprise to few Jamaicans, but for those who it is a surprise to, we're going to get into it and we're going to shed some light on what exactly is transpiring, where it came from, how this came about, the history behind it, you name it. You know how we do it here at Halftime TV. We cover all the bases and ensure that you have all the facts before you can form your opinion. All right. So again, before we go any further, big up on yourself. Thanks for tuning in to our videos. If you haven't yet done so, go ahead and subscribe to the channel right now. And also keep the comments coming in beneath the video. Let's keep the comment section active. We did a video on this earlier today, and that video was titled Loot Over Loyalty, and I made specific reference to Asafa Powell's video that he did a couple of months ago now, and the entire Jamaican track and field fan population, they came down and they were bashing Asafa Powell and they were saying all these rude and unkind things. And I basically took a step back and tried to view it from Asafa's perspective. Now, as Jamaicans, we enjoy the glory that comes with track and field, and we enjoy the excitement. It brings us that level of superiority to the rest of the world in most cases, and a level of pride as well. Jamaicans, we're a proud people. Nothing is wrong with that. But as for the athletes, a lot of these athletes have struggled after track and field. Life after track isn't always easy, and especially in a sport where if you pick up an injury, it may very well be the end of your career. Right? Very short career when it comes on track and field. And more importantly, it's an individual sport. So it's not like football where you have 10 other teammates who can cover for you if you mess up, or you have an entire squad of players to fill in for you when you mess up. You are depending on you. And as a result, if you do not get it right, then you are going to suffer in the medium, short, long run, whichever way you want to put it. All right? Because for some people, it's easier than others. For some people, it's extremely bad. Now, so far, there are some names that have been confirmed, and I'll speak about those names. We have Rajinder Campbell, we have Raj Stoner. Big up Raj Stoner. He is a past student of Russell's High School, which is my alma mater, and he also received, I think, the keys to the city late last year from Richard Vernon, who is also a former student of Russell's High School. So big up the entire Russell's High School, massive down there in Hanover. Raj Stoner, he won gold for Jamaica at the last Olympics, defying the odds, Olympic record, you name it. Big performance from the athlete, and we know he was welcomed warmly by the Jamaican people. But as far as that goes, welcome warmly for the first week or for the first 2 weeks, and then we quickly forget it. Because as Jamaicans, let me get back to it, especially the field athletes, we have very short-term memory. We don't remember you. After a week or two, if you're not a track superstar that we're seeing at all these meets, we won't remember you. And not only that, we like track more than we like the field, if I'm to be honest with you. Jaden Hibbert, we saw this standout triple jumper a couple of years ago for KC at the Issa Grace Kennedy Boys and Girls Champs. He matriculated to the college level, mashing up the NCAC in the United States of America, came back, went on to represent Jamaica. I think he still has the under 20 record for the triple jump, but he went on to represent Jamaica and was placed 4th, I believe, just missed out. But Jaden Hibbert, special talent, and I think personally he was the one who was going to break all the records in the triple jump for Jamaica, in my opinion. So based on his progress and what he's been doing at the collegiate level, I just think he has that extra oomph to take it all the way, to break world records and all of that. Well, it's been confirmed that Jaden Hibbert, he too has switched to Turkey. I think there was even something named after him at Casey. I don't remember. I don't want to give you wrong information. But Jaden Hibbert switched to Turkey. Who else? We have Wayne Pinnock. Yes, another jumper. Wayne Pinnock, he's gone as well. I think he was a silver medalist a couple of years ago. Um, but yeah, it is happening, and it's happening so fast. And I think we, as the fans, we've been ultra critical of the athletes and sharing our opinions primarily because we're not in their shoes and we do not know the struggles that these athletes have to go through. We don't know what their reality is. Our reality is that we're a fan or we're fans. We watch them on television, we cheer them on from our living rooms or sometimes from our car. But we don't know what real life is for these athletes. And as a result, I cannot blame them. I cannot blame them any at all. I tell you something, I expect even more athletes to make the trek over. I expect even more athletes to make the trek over to Turkey. Based on the information that we've received, I've been told that there is a 500,000 US dollars signing on bonus. So you switch in allegiance, straight up you get 500,000 US dollars. 500,000 US dollars straight off the bat. You can do the calculation. 500,000 US dollars times what? 500,000 US dollars times 156. That's where the US dollar is now in Jamaica. But yeah, I understand the point of view that the athletes have taken. I understand their decisions because I have never seen loyalty in the bank paying bills. We want to talk about loyalty, yet it's at our convenience. I've never seen loyalty in the bank paying bills, and that's why when Asafa Powell first came out and said had he known, he would have gone out and he would have accepted the offers from all these other countries that approached him with basically the chance to switch allegiance. Asafa was a superstar. He's still a superstar. He can afford to take care of his family and he can afford to live comfortably. But what happens to the rest of those athletes who haven't gotten to the Asafa and the Usain Bolt level? What happens for them? And as I mentioned at the top of the show, track and field individual sport. Individual sport. So after, if you mess up, you mess up. You fall short, you are the one that's left suffering. Okay? So I think in all, I expect more athletes to be announced. As a matter of fact, I expect some track athletes to go over and to compete for Turkey and for even some other countries too. We saw Jakes Harvey a couple of years ago. We saw Merlin Otti, just to name a couple who've left Jamaica and have gone on to represent other countries. And they might not be the best where they're competing, but at least they're getting paid and they can afford to take care of themselves and take care of their families. Don't be surprised if Daniel Thomas Dodd, you remember that female field athlete who came out and said her coach was prevented from accessing the the athlete's village, and she was heartbroken because she couldn't compete to the best of her ability because her coach was her mentor and her massage therapist and all of that. Her coach meant so much to her, and she was in the athlete's village 2.5 weeks on her own, and that's all down to the J3A. So we've heard so many things, and this is, I think, the JFF, the J3A, all these things, all these entities have in common, and it goes down to egos, because that's something we constantly hear: egos, promises, and money. Egos, promises, and money. There's constant conflict between the athletes and the administration because of egos. The administration feel as if they can talk to the athletes and they can deal with the athletes anyhow because they have the power. Taekwondo Tracy, another example, we saw how his situation played out, and it played out in the media, unfortunately, but we wanted the insight and we received that insight. Crazy days, crazy days. I don't know where we go from here. I don't know where we go from here. But as far as those athletes who have named so far, the Wayne Pinnock and the Jaden Hibbert and the Raj Stoner and the Rajendra Campbell, Daniel Thomas Dodd, as I mentioned, don't be surprised if she makes the switch as well. On the track side, I have Taekwondo Tracy. Don't be surprised if he makes the switch. We have Elaine Thompson Hera. She's won so much for Jamaica, yet she's still treated so badly. She's still treated, and some may say unfairly. Don't be surprised, folks. because these athletes have been mistreated by the Jamaican Amateur Athletic Association. In their view, they don't feel as if they've been given the credit they deserve, and that goes down to even some of the politicians who've been making promises. And in the end, we cannot act as if we're surprised. We were going to get to this stage eventually. Well, we've finally gotten there. And the realization is it's now loot over loyalty. Exodus. Movement of Jamaica people. Movement of Jamaica people. Jamaica's field has officially left the track. That's it for Halftime TV, folks. Remember, share your views, share your thoughts below this video. And remember, smash the like button if you haven't yet done so. Until next time.